Hello and welcome to Elecspo, and today we are once again taking a dive into Sky Bet League One. As part of a lengthy new series of experiments, I'm trying to see if one world-class elite player can inspire a League One team all the way to the Premier League. We're looking at strikers, midfielders, defenders and a goalkeeper, and we're going to look at a veteran player and a young player. We've already had the veteran striker Cristiano Ronaldo at Sunderland, and today it's the turn of a young striker. Erling Haaland is on his way to the Stadium of Light. He will be locked there for 5 years and he will earn £1,000 a week in the northeast of England. Can he do better than Ronaldo, and can he take the Black Cats from League One all the way to the Premier League? Let's dive into the simulation and find out. And if you haven't already, whack a like on this video and hit the bell and subscribe to make sure you never miss a video here at Elecspo. If you do it, I will love you forever. But now that's out of the way, let's crack on with today's experiment. Okay, here we are in Sky Bet League One. We're at the start of the simulation. This is Sunderland, and amongst their squad is Erling Haaland somewhere. There he is, there's the boy, Erling Haaland. He's here until 2026 when he returns to Borussia Dortmund. He's 20 years old and he's got his career ahead of him. But already at 20, an elite goal scorer. I mean, you can see there in the Bundesliga last season, 27 goals in 28 appearances. Based on that, I mean, obviously, he's going to take League One by storm. But, I mean, he should be able to take Sunderland out of League One, should be able to get them into the Championship. The big question is, can they go from Championship to the Premier League? But first things first, let's see if we can get out of League One with Erling Haaland leading the line. Let's go. Okay, here we are at the end of the first season, and Sunderland are on their way to the Sky Bet Championship. They have won the title just by a point, 1 point ahead of Ipswich Town, getting 88 points on the board. But Erling Haaland has been the absolute man in the third tier of English football. 28 goals, 9 more than any other player to win the Golden Boot, 10 Player of the Match awards alongside James Trafford, and he was the best player in the division by an absolute mile, kind of a mile, 7.57 average rating, being the best player in the division. But he'll be disappointed if Aidan McGeady leaves the club. I mean, knowing Aidan McGeady, tricky little winger, puts a nice cross in. Erling Haaland's probably scored a boatload of goals because of him. 28 goals in 38 Sky Bet League One appearances. So he missed a few games, but he's pretty much getting a goal 3 out of 4 games, that's exceptional. Average rating 7.57. He's wearing the number 9 shirt and he's leading the line for Lee Johnson's team. He's the best player by an absolute mile. Anthony Gordon's done well, so has Ross Stewart, but no one comes close to Erling Haaland. He's dragged this team to the title and he's taking them back to the Championship. But that is where things are going to be interesting. If you haven't seen the Cristiano Ronaldo experiment, I'm going to spoil it for you now. But basically, Ronaldo couldn't get Sunderland into the Premier League. They got into the playoffs, but they never even made it to a playoff final. That's got to be the target for Haaland and Sunderland. And if he can do that, it'll prove that youth is better than experience. But will that happen? Let's go and see what happens in Season 2. Right, here we are, Season 2. Erling Haaland has once again won the Golden Boot. He's got 29 goals this time compared to the 28 he got in League One. He's the best player in the league with an average rating of 7.49. 11 Player of the Match awards. But is he going to be a Premier League player next season? He is not. Sunderland only finishing 11th. That is way down compared to what they did with Ronaldo in their first season in the Championship. In that first season, they were in the playoffs, but with Haaland, they are mid-table, 11th in the league. And Haaland's 29 goals hasn't even got them a playoff push. Unsurprisingly, Haaland, the best player at the club. He's got a little bit of someone else has got a bit closer to him at least. Shandon Baptiste, there with the 7.18. Helder Costa's done well as well. But to only have 6 players averaging more than a 7 probably explains why Sunderland haven't even got close to the playoffs. But at least for Haaland, he's absolutely banging the goals in. I mean, that's 2 seasons already. And he's scored... How many has he scored? 57? Aye, 57 goals in the league. But Sunderland only coming 11th with 64 points. We'll go and have a little look at their schedule. They look like they've been pretty inconsistent. A lot of draws, which has probably cost them. They did make it to the Carabao Cup quarter-final, which was a good little run. But yeah, lots of draws for Sunderland. You can see here from the table, 16 wins, 16 draws and 14 defeats. So they've been pretty consistently inconsistent. And that's going to have to change if they're going to go up to the Premier League. But the advantage they've got here compared to when they had Ronaldo is Erling Haaland's only going to get better. I mean, he's 22 years old at this point in the simulation. 22. And he's got 3 more years at Sunderland. He wants to play for Leeds, but tough shit, Erling, you can't. Let's see what happens in year 3, and let's see if he can play against Leeds rather than for them. Let's go. Okay, has season 3 delivered promotion to the Premier League? Oh, they've came so close. It's the closest we have came to achieving Premier League promotion. Sunderland finishing in the playoffs. They finished 4th there with 81 points, and they have been beaten in the playoff final by Norwich. Haaland once again the Golden Boot winner, 3 Golden Boots on the trot, 26 goals. Wasn't the best player in the division though. The standard's been pretty high in the Championship. He got 7.55, 9 Player of the Match awards. A great personal season for Erling Haaland, but it's a season that ends in disappointment for the Black Cats, who've also named Haaland as the captain at the tentative age of 23. I want to have a look at that playoff final. Let's see what happened. They beat Sheffield United in the semi-finals. They met Norwich at Wembley, where Haaland did score, and he brought them from 2-0 down to 2-2. But then a Marcelo Allende goal in the 74th minute handed promotion to the Canaries and condemned Sunderland to another year of Championship football. Let's check the players out, and the performances have been much better in a Sunderland shirt. More players have been stepping up, but still no one comes close to Erling Haaland, who's hit 27 goals in all competitions. And luckily, there's no mention of him looking forward to leaving clubs. He will be leaving clubs in a couple of years' time. He's going back to Borussia Dortmund. But he's not dwelling on it, he's not waiting on it to happen. He's just focusing on scoring goals in a red and white shirt of Sunderland. And his average ratings have been really good. 7.57 in the first season, 7.49 in the second, and in the third season, once again, 7.57. Erling Haaland, wonderfully consistent. And the number of goals he's scoring is absolutely outrageous. 27 is his lowest tally in all competitions. At this rate, he's going to score more goals than Ronaldo did at Sunderland. And I still think there's a very good chance they could achieve promotion. Can they do it in the next season? Let's find out. It's going to be the penultimate chance for Erling Haaland to be a Premier League player. Is it going to happen? Let's find out. Right, season 4, if they haven't gone up here, Erling Haaland is not going to get a chance to play in the Premier League with Sunderland. Have they done it? Let's find out. And Sunderland, yes, we've done it. They're going up to the Premier League. Erling Haaland, under the watchful eye of Lee Johnson, is going to be a Premier League player with Sunderland. Erling Haaland with a 4th Golden Boot, 28 goals, and they have gone up automatically with 86 points, coming second. They didn't win the title, but that doesn't matter. The main goal was promotion, and Erling Haaland has succeeded where Cristiano Ronaldo failed. Ronaldo couldn't take Sunderland up, but Haaland can, and he is going to be a Premier League player. 4 Golden Boots on the trot for the Sunderland captain. 7.52 there. It's been an amazing season. 28 goals, 10 assists, 12 Player of the Match awards. That is pretty astonishing. And he got 33 goals in all competitions, equaling his tally from the first year he was in the Championship. I can't wait to see how many he scored by the end of this simulation. But after 4 seasons, we have done it. We have reached the Premier League. But it's not over there, because they've still got to survive. We've still got 1 more season. Sunderland are going into the Premier League with Erling Haaland leading the line. Can his goals keep them in the top flight of English football. It's going to be very difficult. I mean, they've still probably got a bit of a championship team. Who's in this team? Let's have a little look. Let's see who they've got. The aforementioned Shandon Baptiste is the vice-captain. They've got Jack Stacey from Bournemouth, Rodrigo Riquelme. He's an exciting little name there. I thought that was Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, but it's not. But that doesn't matter. That would have been a little bit ambitious. They've got Adama Traore. Is that the Adama Traore? It's the Adama Traore, and he's been absolutely naff. Unless he's only just joined. When did he join? Let's have a little look. 2025. So he's only just joined. He's been signed for the Premier League. I'm going to be honest, lads. I think that's a mistake. You've made a mistake here. But we'll keep an eye on that one. They've got Jeff Hendrick, who we mentioned. I think they signed him in the Ronaldo experiment. So Sunderland scouts clearly very keen to get Jeff Hendrick on the Sunderland bus. You're welcome to him, lads, honest. But Erling Haaland has done it. The best player at the club, undoubtedly. And he's feeling extremely good going to the Premier League. But can they stay there? Let's see what happens in the 5th and final season of this experiment. Sunderland and Erling Haaland are going to the Premier League. But can they stay there? Let's find out. Okay, here we are, the 5th and final season of this experiment. And the bad news is Erling Haaland hasn't won 5 golden boots in a row. The good news is Sunderland have survived in the Premier League, but only just. They've came 17th with 41 points on the board. They were 4 clear of Brentford, who came 18th and are going down to the Championship. But Haaland, for the first time in this experiment, doesn't feature at the top of any of the charts. Not the goal scorers, not the average ratings, not the Player of the Match awards, not even a yellow card or two for Erling Haaland. How has he got on? I want to find out. He's still the captain, they're still managed by Lee Johnson, and in his final season, he's still done pretty well. 17 Premier League goals, averaging a goal every other game. The Player of the Match awards are down, the assists are down, but that doesn't matter because Erling Haaland has still hit double figures in the Premier League, and his goals have propelled Sunderland to Premier League survival. Quick aside, I want to see how they got on in the Tyne Weir derby. How did they get on against the newly rich Newcastle United? Well, in the first game they were beaten 3-1, Haaland did score, and in the return fixture at St James's Park they were beaten 3-1 again, and Haaland didn't score, so that doesn't matter. But let's have a little look at the players. And unsurprisingly, Haaland was the only real star in a Sunderland shirt. Jefferson Lerma did well, averaging above a 7. Dennis Shirkin did well, or Kirkin. Jakub Kaminski, he was decent. They've signed Rob Holding, they've brought in Brennan Johnson. The aforementioned Adama Traore was pretty poor. But the most important thing is, Sunderland have survived with Erling Haaland leading the line. He is totally eclipsed Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo couldn't even get out of the Championship. Haaland got Sunderland to the Premier League and he managed to keep them there. Erling Haaland has set the bar early in this very, very lengthy experiment that we are going to be doing over the coming weeks. Let's quickly see how many goals Erling Haaland scored in a Sunderland shirt. Let's see if he beat Ronaldo. I'm fairly certain he did. I'll just get my trusty calculator out. I'm not doing this by mental maths. So in Season 1, 32 goals. Season 2, 33 goals. Season 3, 27 goals. Season 4, 33. And in the 5th and final season, 23 goals, 148 goals in all competitions. That is 22 more than Cristiano Ronaldo managed. So all in all, the young striker has outperformed the veteran striker. And Erling Haaland has inspired a League One team to Premier League safety. Now it's going to be the turn of the midfielder. The next time we bring you an edition from this series, we're going to be looking at a veteran midfielder and we're going to be sending Luka Modric to Wigan Athletic. Look out for that on the channel in the coming days or maybe it's week, not quite sure when it'll be, but it's one to look out for. It's going to be an exciting one. But until then, we're going to leave things there. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Elecspo. And until next time, we will see you around. Viva Erling Haaland!